Hi Aries, welcome or welcome back to my channel. We're doing your weekly messages for next week, that is the 11th of March to the 17th of March, Paddy's Day. And I've already pulled the oracle cards, so we'll get straight into it. So your first oracle card, we got TikTok. And this is basically speaking about divine timing at play in your life at the moment. But it does also say that, if it's got to do with work or even a relationship or anything like that, if you feel like you don't have the time to do something, you need to kind of get that out of your mind, because spirit is working with you. You need to just stay in alignment of being in that high vibration, that positive thinking, positive mindset. And basically the divine will give you everything you need just in time, or at the right time. That's the best time for you. So we have then the new moon in Gemini, and it says communication is key. And this card basically talks about that any issue that you're having at the moment is maybe one or two conversations away from being resolved. But it does also say that you need to make sure that it says specifically that your word is your wand. So be careful how you're communicating or how you're saying things, because things can be perceived as something that is, in true Gemini fashion, don't speak unless you have something good to say, or that type of thing. Just with that new moon in Gemini, it is just very careful. You must be very careful to watch your words and that type of thing. With the peacock spirit, it says let it shine. And this is about you actually getting out there and like, when's the last time that you like flaunted your feathers? You have a lot to offer the world, and you need to get out there and show the world what you've got. Again, spirit is kind of working with you, so that you need to give to others and be in this high vibration and show exactly what it is that you've got, so that others can come along and do that same thing with you and be on the positive high vibrations too. Then we have the Five of Swords as your energy for next week. So next week you might be in a little bit of a selfish energy, and not necessarily, in a rude type of way, as in like you are focusing on yourself, like you're giving yourself more time, and you're setting boundaries in a way that you aren't doing something that's not good for you at the moment, even if it means being good for other people. So you're just in that sense, you're being a little bit selfish next week. But it can also talk about that maybe there could be like, mental angst or conflict. So just again, with that, communication is key. With the new moon in Gemini, just watch your words. Your word is your wand. Just remember that. So let's see, what does the tarot have to say for you for next week, Aries? Okay, so first out we have the moon. We have the Chariot. Two major arcana coming straight out. Queen of Wands, that's your energy, Aries. We have the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, wow, the Ace of Wands, the World, oh sorry, I need to put that here so that you can actually see it, the Five of Swords, that's your energy again, and the Seven of Cups. Okay, bottom of the deck we have the King of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Sun. So, as you know, Aries, bottom of the deck are either things that you don't see coming or things that are happening in the shadows. With the King of Pentacles, either you or someone in your life is going to bring in some form of stability. If this has got to do with romance, this is someone who's very committed, very devoted, very stable, like you can trust them, so very trustworthy. Or it could also be someone who's, financially stable, or that maybe finances are coming into you. This is also a businessman. So maybe this person that you're dealing with is a businessman, that maybe they might be able to come out and help you in some way. Otherwise, it's you being in a more stable environment, whether that's got to do most likely with finances or something along those lines, or work or career, that type of thing. But it can also just have to do with stability within yourself as well, and being in the place where you can just better yourself and grow. With the Page of Cups, this is about you being able to dream big. So you need to realize that, even if you think that there's something that's impossible, you need to get out of that mindset and go from a dreamer's mindset, be inquisitive, and kind of believe that anything is possible. Pigs can fly, basically. If you believe it, it can happen, is what that's saying. So with whatever goal or desire that you have at this time, just be that big dreamer. And then we have the sun. So it's basically means that there's a lot of positivity and happiness coming in for you, a lot of confidence, and just a very prosperous time as well. So it's a good reading so far already. We have right at the center of your reading, we have the Two of Cups. I know it's not the center as in what you can see, but it's just how I laid it out so that you could see everything. But the Two of Cups basically is about partnership. So very likely it does have to do with a love partnership. That's going to be the main focus next week, or some sort of mutual connection, some sort of balance, mutual understanding, or you know, the give and take, as well as there's reciprocated feelings here between you and another person. If it's not got to do with romance, then it is just some connection or partnership that you are working on, whether that has to do with a friendship or a family member, colleagues, maybe even a business partnership. Whatever that is, there's going to be some form of balance and mutual understanding between the two of you, maybe even working on a shared goal together. So how did you get here? We got the moon. You might been very emotional about something in the past, had a lot of fears when it comes to this thing, especially if it's got to do with romance. There was a lot of fears about maybe getting into romantic partnerships, or that maybe not having the balance within a relationship, just fear and anxiety surrounding these things, and full of emotion. Maybe there also could have been hidden things as well. Maybe you were hiding things from other people, or you're hiding things from your partner. Maybe you're not expressing fully what needs to be expressed. Otherwise, it can also have to do with hidden things happening at the moment when it comes to career, finances, that type of thing. So we have the Queen of Wands here as well. So what's gotten you to this place where you can connect on this level, or work on this partnership, is your confidence. You're in the place where you're feeling very confident. You're feeling like you are in this place where you actually look at yourself where you're like, wow, I have all it takes. I can do everything that I need to. I also am feeling good. I'm looking good. All of those things, as well as the fact that you are now being very positive, very motivational. You're also motivating yourself and other people around you. This is also feminine energy, so you could also be motivating feminine energies as well, to kind of bring them up and bring them to a more confident place themselves. Then we have the World. So maybe some sort of cycle had to end in your life to be able to get to this point. But this is also a place where you're feeling very fulfilled, very wholesome, like it could be a very wholesome connection. Or otherwise, if it's got to do with your career and that type of thing, then it is something that really fulfills you. It gets you in your heart, basically. Whatever it is that you're doing with your career or your business or that type of thing. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So maybe you could feel like maybe there's like a lot to choose from, like there's a lot of options at the moment, and you're not sure which path to go down. You might be a little bit confused when it comes to that, or you might be confused when it comes to either this connection, this romance. Maybe you might have more than one person that you can choose from right now, Aries. Or otherwise, if it's got to do with business or that type of thing, then it might be that you have a lot of people to choose from that you can connect with, or that you can work together with. So in your 3D world, so in your work life, in your relationships, in your day-to-day living, you got the Chariot. So this is Cancerian energy. Sorry, I didn't actually mention that's Pisces energy, Cancerian energy. There is also Leo energy over here. We've got all the earth signs as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then obviously New Moon and Gemini. So with the Chariot, in your day-to-day world, you are maybe feeling like things are moving at a very fast pace. You might feel like you're trying to overcome some sort of obstacles or be victorious or successful in some way. You could be working on something that you're trying to be successful at, or alternatively, this could actually be physical movement of some sort. So you might be moving or traveling in some way next week. So we have then the Ace of Cups in your emotions. So your emotions next week, you are very loving, you're very giving, you're very kind. You are also very devoted. You might also be wanting some sort of new beginning. You're feeling very romantic. If it's not got to do with a partner, then it will have to do with something that you're feeling very emotional about, but in a positive emotional way, about when it comes to your career, your business, your finances, that type of thing. Maybe some sort of new beginning that you're focusing on that's very close to your heart. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Again, this is a new beginning that you're focusing on. This is within your mindset for next week, or your values and that type of thing. The Ace of Wands is also, again, you're focusing on some sort of new beginning that's going to be very passionate. It could be a big desire that you've wanted, or that you've desired for a long time, but you want to go down this path that's going to be very exciting for you. That's what's on your mind. You're very excited about this new path. And then we have the Five of Swords, and this is in your passions, your desires, your goals, that type of thing. And the Five of Swords, again, like I said, this is about some sort of mental angst, or maybe you're dealing with some selfish people in your life when it comes to your goals or your desires. You could also just be stressing yourself out. The Five of Swords is also about self-sabotage, so you could be self-sabotaging yourself when it comes to your desires or your goals and that type of thing. It is also about maybe some sort of conflict, where there's conflict for the sake of people, it's like there has to be one loser and one winner, and instead of agreeing to disagree type of thing, it's like fighting to be right. So take that how that resonates. And then like I said, your outcome is the Seven of Cups. So there definitely is either some sort of confusion, or even just a dream in general that you're focusing on, or a lot of options. So I'm going to clarify that, but let's first clarify a few other things. So what's this moon here? What is, okay, so the moon, you got the Four of Swords. So this is something where you're healing from. Maybe these fears that you had surrounding relationships, or surrounding connections or partnership in some way, you're healing those. You could also be like taking a break at the moment and resting and rejuvenating yourself before you go back out there when it comes to this. And then we have, let's see, I want to clarify, what is this Chariot? The Chariot is the Three of Wands in the reverse. So no more waiting. The time is done. Waiting is done now. It's time to move. You've also put your plans in place already. So the movement is coming in now. Like, it's time to take action. There's no more planning that's needed here, basically. So let's see. What is this Queen of Wands? Queen of Wands, we got the Star. I can't put it down because she's naked, but with the Star, so the Queen of Wands, like I said, that is, you're very kind of positive at the moment. You're very optimistic. You are also focusing on healing, maybe healing yourself, healing other feminine energies as well in your life, healing other people, and just being very motivational and positive at this time. So let's clarify, what is this Ace of Cups? The Ace of Cups is the Seven of Swords. So in your emotions, you could be maybe wanting, it could have to do with you wanting some sort of new beginning with someone who maybe is a little bit deceitful, or again, there could be things hidden. You could be hiding your feelings as well. You could be the one who's being deceitful here, and the Seven of Swords doesn't always have to be deceitful. It can also be just strategic. Maybe you're strategically working on something that's very close to your heart, and that's making you feel like that's where you're getting those emotions from. Let's see, what is this Two of Cups? Two of Cups is the Ten of Swords. So you're allowing yourself to have these romantic connections from something from the past. You might have in the past had something that hurt you a lot when it comes to romance, that you felt quite stabbed in the back with, and you felt that that's maybe where the fears came from with the moon that you're healing from now, but you're ending that cycle now so that you can start this new partnership or this new beginning. If it does have to do with the career, maybe it's something that you feel like you have to end something in your life before you can start this new shared goal with someone, or this new partnership. So let's see, what is this Ace of Wands? So we have two cards coming out clarifying the Ace of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So this new passionate desire is also something that's going to be very stable. It's again a new beginning. You've got actually three aces. So you have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. And whenever I see three cards of the same number in a reading, basically the one that's the main focus of the reading is the one that's missing, and the one that's missing is the Ace of Swords. This is the clarity that you need. This is the breakthrough mindset. This is the understanding and the communication that you need to move forward. We do also have the World clarifying that. Again, I can't put her down because she's naked, but this is the end of one cycle, the end of one chapter, and the beginning of something new that's going to be very fulfilling and very, close to your heart. Very wholesome. Okay, so let's see, what is the world here? We have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is something that's going to make you feel like you're the end of something is going to make you feel like you're very kind of independent, like you are at the point where you've put in a lot of hard work in the past and now it's time to enjoy yourself. You have everything that you need, and it's also about, there's a lot of feminine energy there as well. So it could also be a very fruitful time, a very, what's the word I'm looking for? A very, fertile time is the word that I'm looking for. So whatever this is, maybe you're ending one cycle and you're kind of birthing a new beginning here, where you can be very financially stable, you can rely on yourself, you're very independent, and you're going to be able to let your hair down and have a good time as well because you've put in the hard work. So let's see, what is the Five of Swords here? The Five of Swords is the Seven of Cups, which is actually what your outcome is. So the Five of Swords there is basically about some sort of confusion or too many options that's causing you to this point where you're feeling like it's stressing you out. So you've got too many things to choose from. Maybe there's too many things that you're working on at the same time, too many people, too many roads to go down, and that's what's causing you a lot of stress at the moment. And then let's see, what is the Seven of Cups as the outcome? So the Seven of Cups is the outcome. Again, you've got two cards clarifying that. So you have the Eight of Swords and you have the Ace of Wands. So the Seven of Cups is, again, some sort of confusion that's making you feel, or like, again, exactly what I just said there, too many options, that type of thing, that's making you feel like you're stuck. But the Eight of Swords is, it's about you being stuck in your own mind. This is kind of self-created. It's within your head. You see how she's blindfolded and she's tied up in bandages. She can actually just release herself from that. It's not like she's tied up in ropes or handcuffs or anything. She can just pull her arms out, take off that blindfold and walk away from being trapped within those swords. But she's deciding to stay there. So that's something, your confusion is, it's stuck. It's all in your own head. You need to move past that. You feel stuck with that. And then the Ace of Wands is about, again, this passionate new desire. It's time to kind of move forward, start this new journey. And this is about taking the first step. If you take that first step, things start to kind of get exciting, and then, like, you know, things just kind of gain momentum and things keep going. But if you don't take that first step, that beginning step, it's not going to get anywhere. So it's about actually taking that chance to make that movement. And it is going to be very exciting for you. So let's see, what is the advice for you here, Aries, for next week? Okay, so first we got the Mother of Pentacles. So it's time to be very nurturing to yourself, nurturing to other people, giving yourself a lot of self-love. It is also about putting in the work, and again, it's a fertile time, but you do need to put in the work to be able to get the outcome that you want. So, you know, focus on your daily tasks that you need to get done. Focus on your responsibilities right now for next week. What else do we have? So we have the Six of Cups. So maybe there's something in relation to I don't know, children in some way. Otherwise, it could be that you need to look back at your past. Maybe there's something in your past that you're needing to look back on to be able to get to this new place, or get some form of new idea, or be able to collaborate with other people, because there's the Three of Pentacles. So there's someone that you maybe need to work with, but you need to kind of take a child's mindset as well, and look at things like very inquisitively, but also maybe there's something from the past that's going to help you with this. And then, or even someone from your past. So let's see, what else do we have here? So we have the Five of Wands. So, you know, focus on, there could be some form of competition or conflict, but it's time to not really focus on the conflict of things. It's just time to let things kind of slide, agree to disagree. And when I say let things slide, as in like any sort of arguments or conflict and that type of thing, and try to just avoid the conflict if you can at the moment, and not avoid it in a negative type of way or in a toxic kind of way, just more avoid it like agree to disagree type of thing. And last one, then we have the Nine of Wands. So that is about you needing to persevere. You need to kind of give yourself that one last kick to get to the place where you need to be, because it is going to be a very good time for you, but you need to actually give it that last push to actually go through with it. Okay, so let's get a romance angel then for you, Aries. We have children. Your love life is being affected by children. So, and that came out with the Six of Cups. So take that how that resonates. But I hope it did resonate, Aries. And if it did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys again next week. Take care.